We want more listings. But what do we say to the universe? Oh, I don't have enough business. We want more money in the bank account. What do we say to the universe? Oh, well, I don't have enough money for my bills. We want more success. And what do you say? Oh, God, just get me through this month again. Well, God's got you through a lot of months. But if you change your energy to becoming grateful for the process, when we change our energy and we're grateful for what we're allowed to go through, and we stay in the positive energy, and we're joyful that every step is allowing us to get to where we want to go, what do you think the universe starts sending your way? It might take some time, but as long as you stay in that joy, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad, you can be sad and still be in a wonderful state. I know that's crazy. The universe realized I needed a hard club, so it whacked me, and I became a different person in the process of becoming something that I had asked the universe to do for me. $243, $244, $245, $200. Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, Vikram Deol here with the real estate. I was just getting a little workout in, a couple hundred reps here and there. Just kidding. Hey, I wanted to create a little bit of a different type of episode today around mindset and energy and why some agents do so well while other agents who follow the same exact program, same exact script, show up differently. And I was listening to my good friend, Esther Hicks. And if any of you guys follow her, I say she's my good friend because I feel like I know her because I've been going to her events, following her content, hanging out with her on YouTube for years now. And whenever she talks, she's just got that familiarity voice, right? The tonality of familiarity. And I was listening to her the other day, and I was working with one of my private clients, and one of my private clients said something really interesting. They said, well, when I have this, then I will feel the joy. When I have more money in the bank, I will be more joyful, right? When I have, right, more sellers than buyers, I'll feel less stress and I'll be able to enjoy myself. And I want you to stop and I want you to think about this for a second. What is the energy space that you're currently in right now? I know this is getting into the woo-woo Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with stuff, but we got to think about this. We're asking the universe, source, God, whatever you believe in. We're asking them to give us something after we get something. We're asking for the joy to show up after we've gotten something. It doesn't work like that. The world doesn't work like that. The universe doesn't reward those that aren't joyful with doing the work. Well, Vic, when I get good at sales, then I'll enjoy making the cold calls to the expireds and the canceleds. I'll enjoy door knocking to, tell people about the open house, right? When I get better, I'll enjoy the process. Well, you're never going to get there, right? You're never going to get there, right? Because you have to enjoy the process to have the energy to get better, right? So I hurt my, I'll give you a quick example, right? I hurt my lower back or my sciatic nerve, right? And it's excruciating. Like I'm wearing an energetic Healy device right now that's running a program, right? And the pain has been excruciating. And this is going on for 7 months. And finally, I was like, you know what? I need to go talk to my therapist. And I talked to my therapist and I'm like, hey, man, I feel like shit. He's like, well, thanks for the honesty, Vic. I'm like, you know me, dude. I was like, it's crazy because I have mobility in my hips, which I didn't have 2 months ago, right? I can move. I can sit Indian style. I can do all these things, but it just kills my back, right? Like when I get out of bed, when I sit down. And he says, well, what is the vibration that you're putting out to yourself? I'm like, I don't really know. He's like, well, are you saying I'll feel better when the pain is gone? I said, yeah, of course. Right. I knew right when I said that he was going to hit me with something. And I was like, he was just standing there with the 10-pound club. He's like, all right, Vic, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, think about it. He's like, when you're working with your clients, I was like, oh, Jeremy, You're going to hit me with one of those statements, eh? He's like, when you're working with one of your clients, and he starts laughing, right? Because, hey, if they ain't having fun, why are we doing this in life? And he says, when you're working with one of your clients, right, and you tell them to pick up the phone, they feel like it's a 10-pound club they got to put to their head, right? It's hard. It's not easy. It's like, I'm going to sit here and they're holding this thing and it's, yes, 10 pounds, right? They're holding this thing and like, Vic, my arm's getting tired. I said, you just picked it up, but it feels like a 10-pound club to them because guess what? Their mindset around it is that this is hard work. Their mindset is that we're going to get hung up on. People are going to yell at us. I don't want to bother people. I wouldn't want to be bothered. Of course, when you're starting something new, you are bothering people because you don't have the skills. You haven't been taught them, right? When you learn the skills, right, then you have joy picking up the phone. But imagine if you don't bring the joy in to the conversations when you first start out, how easy is it to pick up the phone? Well, it's a 10-pound club. It doesn't get lighter. It actually gets heavier. Like the longer you hold it, the heavier it gets. Like my arm's getting kind of tired right here, but I'm just like, we're just going to keep doing some reps. No big deal. And you get more and more tired because why? Mentally, you start to get drained. So he said to me, he said, Vic, you're asking for the pain to go away. I said, yes. He said, but you're asking for the joy to come after the pain goes away. I said, well, yeah, man. I said, I literally popped 2 Advils today, two Tylenols here in Colombia. I don't take drugs for pain, right? Unless it's just so excruciating. I said, I've been taking CBD, right? I'll do natural stuff. I'm sleeping more. I'm in the hyperbaric chamber every morning, right? I'm trying to hack the system here and it's not going away. He says, well, do you know about the energy that it felt like before you were in pain? I said, never really thought about it. He says, well, if you're in the energy, right, of no pain, what's that feel like? He's like, your left leg hurt? I'm like, no, my left leg's fine. He's like, tap into that energy. I said, interesting. When we tap into the energy, right, that we want and we focus on what we want, it's quantum physics. We put that energy into the source, right? We put that energy into the universe. We put that energy into the world, and the world starts co-conspiring to give us what we want. So if you want to have more listings, you have to get into the energy of, I have more listings, and the joy that you already have it, right? It's not fake it till you make it, right? That's not what we're talking about here. If you were the person, right? Like, so let's go back to my leg example. I now put myself in the energy of joy, even if it hurts to get up, right? Because I know that I was at one time pain-free and I can one time again be pain-free, right? I know that, right? So I'm joyful through the pain of the yoga. I'm joyful through the pain of doing this exercises and stretches and the deep tissue massages and the physiotherapy and all the things that I need to do, right? Because I know that I can get back to that energy, right? So I'm joyful in gratitude for the pain that comes with the pleasure, because I know that it's a process that I need to go through to let go of this current state to get to the desired state. Well, holy smokes, interesting. Now, we want more listings, but what do we say to the universe? Oh, I don't have enough business. We want more money in the bank account. What do we say to the universe? Oh, well, I don't have enough money for my bills. We want more success. And what do you say? Oh, God, just get me through this month again. Well, God's got you through a lot of months. You're 42 years old. You've been saying the same thing. God's been getting you through. But if you change your energy to becoming grateful for the process, as Abraham Hicks was saying, and my therapist was saying, when we change our energy and we're grateful for what we're allowed to go through and we stay in the positive energy, right? It's not positive. We stay in the positive energy and we're joyful that every step is allowing us to get to where we want to go. What do you think happens in your mind? What do you think the universe starts sending your way, right? It might be overnight. It might take some time, but as long as you stay in that joy, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad, you're just, right? You can be sad and still be in a wonderful state. I know that's crazy. You can have everything going bad. I was $700,000 in debt 2 years ago, right? And my buddy Cody said to me, he's like, dude, how are you chilling here? We're at Brazil. We're at this beautiful falls right? We're walking over these gorgeous Iguazu falls. And he goes, how are you just chilling and having a great time and joking around and playful when in the back of your mind, you have so much debt? And I said, it's not in the back of my mind. I'm like, I think about it all the time. Right? It's not like I buried it, but I'm grateful that I had the experiences that I had because it made me a better man. And so I'm joyful who I get to become to pull that debt down to zero is going to be a better person than who I was 2 years ago when I was making $1 million+ a year selling real estate. I didn't like that guy. So the universe said, hey, you don't like that guy. They gave me some hints of what I could do to change. I guess the universe realized I needed a hard club. So it fucking whacked me. And I became a different person in the process of becoming something that I had asked the universe to do for me. I told the universe, I don't like the person who I was when I was making that money. I didn't say I don't want to make that much money and more. No, see, I see very careful. I said, I didn't like who I was when I was making that money. So the universe did what the universe does, and it came up with a plan, and it co-conspired, and now it's helped me become a way better person, a person who I enjoy being with alone. Friday nights, I'm very content sitting in the hot tub, chilling out by myself and waking up early and doing what I love, right? I don't need the external validation as much as I used to. I still need it, right? Like real talk, vulnerable. I still need it. I just don't crave it like I used to. It's a different feeling. It's a different energy. Why? Because I've changed. I was staying in a place of joy when there was months where, my gosh, I didn't want to let go of certain team members. I didn't want to stop doing certain things. And you bring in $4,000 a month and you got $8,000 going out. And you're like, whew, thank God American Express is on the payroll this week because I'm being paid by them. And you do it with joy. You learn to prospect with joy. You learn to go to the gym with joy. You learn that the hard stuff is the fun stuff, right? The hard stuff is the fun stuff. And when you stay in that energy of joy and gratitude, right? That I will get better. I will get through this. The universe has my back. There is no scarcity. There is an abundance for everybody who wants it. Cool thing for us, right? Sad thing and a cool thing is that most people don't want it bad enough to change their thoughts, to change their behaviors, to change the direction, to course correct. Most people don't want it bad enough, which means you have that opportunity. But remember, it's all about energy, right? Are you in the energy of flow or are you blocking the energy, right? Our bodies are energetic fields, right? If you've ever done electrotherapy and I had an acupuncturist over here yesterday and through the needle, he's putting electricity and I felt my whole body jolt, right? Because if we weren't electrical, we wouldn't feel that through our whole body. If you have a TENS machine and they put the TENS unit on you, right? You feel it through your whole body. We're electrical, magnetic, energetic beings. And if you put yourself constantly in that energy, right? If you put yourself constantly in the positive gratitude state of mind, even during tough times. I don't know what you've been through. I know what I went through. It was hard. It wasn't easy. It was scary. There was days where I didn't know what to do, right? Going from making a ton of money every year to making negative income is scary. So I don't know what you've personally been through. Everybody's going through something slightly different or the same, but the way it manifests inside of you is going to be different than everybody else. And allow yourself to not compare yourself to others, right? Somebody might take 3 weeks. My buddy got hit by a car riding his bike, broken 12 bones. The dude hit him, ran off, right? Total dickhead. I don't care if you hate cyclists or not. Total dickhead. I hope that dude goes to jail for a long time. Could have killed this guy. He was on the bike 3 weeks later, right? How he did it, I don't know. For me, it's taken a little bit longer to get through my rehab, right? What's my body telling me? What's the universe telling me? There's lessons. I wasn't coming from the right state of mind. I wasn't coming from a place of joy that this was a lesson that I got to go through and learn and make me a better human, right? Oh, I just got goosebumps. I know that's real. And now just talking about it, the pain is subduing. What are you going through right now that you're holding on to the negative energy with? What are you going through right now that instead of saying, oh God, if only I had one more deal, say, God, I appreciate you've given me one deal. God, I appreciate you gave me a phone that still is connected to Verizon and I can still make my calls. God, I appreciate this opportunity to listen to this podcast because it's exactly what I needed right now. If you come from gratitude, appreciation, joy, stop, look at the beautiful flowers, look at the beautiful birds, right? Not the vulture that tried to kill Louisa on the balcony like half an hour ago, not that bird, but the other beautiful birds. But even in that moment, right? I'm walking up the stairs. Louisa just started working here with me. So we're in my upstairs. I have a beautiful balcony and this is actually a closet of a master bedroom, but I flipped it into an office. So I'm like Alex Hormozy and I walk up the stairs and she's dipping into the room and and she's like freaking out. And I'm like, are you okay? And I just saw something kind of like moving and there's a vulture like 10 steps away from her. And she's like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, that's the same vulture that scared the crap out of me. And we both started laughing. She went back outside. She's doing her thing. And it was a fun moment. We got to experience a fun moment right together. Even though it was scary, it was a fun moment. And we both got a laugh. The team got a laugh and everybody enjoyed for a moment where we just stopped and enjoyed humanity for being humanity. So from my heart to your heart, times are going to get tough and times are going to get easy, right? Don't get overexcited when it's easy. Don't get over down on yourself when it's hard. Let's try to keep our emotional discipline. So we get highs, but they're not so high that we think the world's never going to come back down. And when we get low, they're not so low. We don't think the world's going to ever come back up. The process, right? The process, when you find joy in the process of growing, when you find joy in the process of getting better, when you find joy in the process of prospecting, when you find joy in the process of going to a listing appointment and having the nervousness and the jitters, when you find joy in having conversations with buyers about the new world order that we're in, when you feel joy in door knocking, when you feel joy in cold calling, right? When you feel joy in calling aged leads, when you feel joy in your day, you'll start to see things shift very quickly for you because the force is going to be working with you. So from my heart to your heart, I wish you well. If you enjoy this, right, share this with somebody that maybe needs a little bit of a pick-me-up. Share this with maybe your team leader, your broker, right, somebody in your office that might need a little bit of a pick-me-up because the real estate industry is the hardest industry I've ever been in. It's also the easiest one that I could get licensed in. And I want you to win. So if you like this, like, subscribe, share a comment below. It might help somebody, might help me, might help you just to let it out. And I'll see you on the next one.